The following Zoom session is being recorded and will appear later today on my YouTube channel, Math with Mayo. There are two different classes that may be observing this session. Therefore, when you participate in the Zoom meeting, if you do not wish for your picture or your name to be made public, please leave the video off and use an alias name. If you have questions during the meeting but do not wish to speak, email me at bmayo@ybcc.edu and I'll respond as soon as I can. So today we're going to review for the Outcome 3 test, which is on Monday. So we won't be having regular class on Monday morning. I will be back this afternoon at 1:15 with an office hour. You can take the test anytime you want from now until Monday, but you have to be finished at 11:59 p.m. Monday night. Just a reminder, the password is capital M and then AYO, coincidentally, my last name. Anyway, I have a lot of requests today from people that emailed me questions, so I'm going to get right to it. Okay, here. So this first question comes from a certain person's review, from the review problems, and this is number 33. It says, in a cash drawer, there are $96 in $10 bills and $1 bills. The number of $1 bills is twice as the number of $10 bills. How many of each are in the drawer? Okay. Let's see, we've got $10 bills and $1 bills. I don't know if that's English language wise correct, but it works. All right. In a cash drawer, there is $96 in $10 bills and $1 bills. The number of $1 bills is twice as the number of $10 bills. So right there, in blue, that's our comparison statement. The $1 bills are being compared to the $10 bills. So we're going to let the $10 bills be our variable X. All right. So if there's X $10 bills and the number of $1 bills is twice that, it would be twice X. All right. Any questions so far? Now, as far as the total value, a $10 bill is worth $10. So X of them would be worth 10 times X. A $1 bill is worth $1. So 2X of them would be equal to 1 times 2X. Well, if we take the total value of the 10s plus the total value of the 1s, we get the overall total value, which is $96. Okay. So my equation becomes 10X plus 1 times 2X is 2X. Equals $96. 10X plus 2X is 12X equals $96. Dividing both sides by 12, X equals 8. So there, let's see, what do we have? We have 8 of them. So there are 8 of those and 16 of those. Let's check our work. Let's see. If we have 8 $10 bills, that's what? $80. If we have 16 $1 bills, that's $16, and that adds up to $96. So 8 10s, 16 1s. Any questions about that particular problem? All right. I'm going to switch screens for a minute here and bring up another student's work. So let's see here. Number 17. Okay. So this is from section 3C, number 17. A banker invested money in 2 investments. The first investment returned 4% simple interest. the second investment returned 10% simple interest. If the second investment had $280 more money than the first, and the total interest for both investments was $142.80, find the amount invested in each investment. All right. Let's see. We've got the 4% investment. So we'll say 4% investment and 10% investment. I know, can't read my own scribbling there. Okay. The first investment returned 4% simple interest. So that's the interest rate. And the second investment returned 10% simple interest. That's the interest rate. If the second investment had $280 more than the first, oh, there's our comparison statement right there. So let's see, how are we going to do this? Well, the amount you invest is called the principal. So we'll say, oops, if I push too hard, it goes on. Principal. So the second has $280 more than the first, and the second is the 10%. So the second's being compared to the first. So we're going to call this principal X, and the second one X plus $280. Are we okay with where I got those numbers? Anybody have any questions on that? Okay, let's see. Then we have the rate. And the rate for the 4% is 4%, or I'm going to write that as a regular number, a non-percent number, and then 10% or 0.10. Okay. Now, they don't really mention time here, but the assumption is that I guess it's 1 year. So the interest would be the principal times the rate. So the interest for the 4% investment would be 0.04x. The interest for the second investment would be 0.10 times x plus 280. Okay. So we've got the interest for the first investment plus the interest for the second investment. That's going to equal the total amount of interest, which was $142.80. Again, any questions so far? All right. So I've got 0.04x plus 0.10x plus, let's see, if I take 0.10 times what, 280, I'm going to get 28, and that equals 142.80. So far, so good. Combining like terms, 0.04x plus 0.10x would be 0.14x plus 28 equals 142.80. Then we're going to subtract 28 from both sides. 0.14x equals, let's see, if we take 142.80 minus 28, we get 114.8. We'll divide that by 0.14. And we get x equals 820. Now, the banker invested how much at 4%? That would be X. So it would be $820 at 4%. And then at 10% would be X plus 280. So that's 820. That's X, right? Plus 280. And that's $1,100 at 10%. Okay. Any questions about that? And there's 820 and 1,100. That's clever. I can click on that and show the answers. Anyway, we okay with that one? Any questions there? We good? All right. We're going to go to another person's questions. So we'll go back to the whiteboard screen for a minute. And let's see here. This is again from the chapter review. Starting with number 29. Almost there. Okay. So again, this is from the chapter review. And again, keep in mind, your problems may have different numbers than the ones I'm doing, but this is the ones from the person that asked about it. So number 29. Ricky's SUV gets 21 miles per gallon, MPG. This is half as many miles per gallon as his spouse's hybrid car. How many miles per gallon does the hybrid car get? Okay, so our question is, how many miles per gallon does the hybrid car get? So miles per gallon of hybrid car. That's the question. Okay. Now, we know that Ricky's car, let's see here, Ricky's SUV gets 21 miles per gallon. That's given right here. And this is half as many miles as his spouse's hybrid car. Okay. Maybe we need to go back for a minute. Miles per gallon of hybrid car, that's our unknown, right? So let's call that X. I left that step out. Call that X. So Rick's SUV gets 21 miles per gallon, but that's also half of what? His spouse's hybrid car, which is X. So Rick's SUV gets 21 miles per gallon, and it also gets 1/2 of the hybrid car. Two different things that describe the same thing could be equal, right? Today is April 29th. Today is Friday. So you could say April 29th is Friday, which mathematically you could say April 29th equals Friday. So Rick's SUV gets 21 miles per gallon. Rick's SUV gets 1/2 the hybrid car, 1/2 X. Okay, so here's our equation. We're going to multiply both sides by 2. So 42 equals X. So miles per gallon of the hybrid car, 42 miles per gallon. All righty. And here, if I click on that, you can see 42 miles per gallon. Any questions on that one? All right, we're going to go on to number 30. Suppose 4/5 of the students in a biology class are female. If there are 20 females, what is the total number of students in the class? So the unknown is total number of students. So that's our question. Let's call it X. 4/5 of the students in a biology class are female. So female students would be 4/5 of the total number of students, which is X, and female students is 20. So again, we've got two different ways of describing the female students. Therefore, 4/5 X is equal to 20. Any questions about that? All right, now we have a coefficient that's a fraction. So we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by the reciprocal of that fraction. On the left side, the 5's reduced down and the 4's reduced down all to 1. 1 times X is X. On the right side, 20 over 4 is 5 over 1. 5 times 5 is 25. So total number of students, 25. And there you go, 25. Any questions there? All right, we'll keep moving on then. And if I need to slow down or you need to copy something and I'm going too fast, please let me know. Next up is number 31. Amber is organizing paperback and hardback books for her book club's used book sale. The number of paperbacks is 19 less than 4 times the number of hardbacks. Amber has 120 paperback books. How many hardback books are there? So what's the question? How many hardback books are there? So let's call it X. Oh, let's see here. Here's our comparison statement. Let's see here. The number of paperbacks is 19 less than 4 times the number of hardbacks. Well, the hardbacks are what? X, right? So paperbacks the number of paperbacks is 19 less than 4 times the number of hardbacks. How many hardbacks are there? X, right? So 19 less than 4 times X. What else do we know? We know that the number of paperbacks that Amber has is 125. Is anybody having trouble where I got the 4X minus 19? That's usually the tricky part. Okay, well, paperbacks are 4X minus 19, paperbacks are 125. So there's our equation. I'm going to add 19 to both sides. 4X equals, let's see, 144. Yeah, divide by 4. X equals 20, 30. No, let's see, 120 and 36. Is that right? I'm not awake yet. 144 divided by 4 is 36. Oh, I guess I am awake. So how many hardbacks books are there? X is 36. So 36 hardback books. And there we see 36. Any questions on that one? All right, next up is number 33.
Could you give me a minute to go?
Absolutely. Let me know when you're ready and we'll go on.
I didn't email you, but could you do number 7 off the review? Any numbers would be fine.
Oh, so just, I could do like this person's number 7.
Yeah, I guess you can't see my head shaking.
Okay, yeah. And you remind me, well, I'll do that. I've got a few more off this one and then we'll go back towards the beginning of it. You bet, absolutely. All right, are we good to go on yet or still writing?
Yeah.
Yes, good to go on? Okay. So number 33, in a cash drawer, there is $300 and $10 bills and $5 bills. The number of $5 bills is 3 times the number of $10 bills. How many of each are there in the drawer? All right, and this is very much like a problem we did earlier, just different numbers. So let's see, number of bills and total value in dollars. And let's see, we've got $10 bills and $5 bills. Okay. In a cash drawer, there is $300 and $10 bills and $5 bills. The number of $5 bills is 3 times as the number of $10 bills. So right there is our comparison statement. The $5 bills are being compared to the $10 bills. So the $10 bills is the center of the universe. That's going to be our variable. Oops. All right. The number of $5 bills is 3 times as the number of $10 bills. So the 5s would be 3 times X. A $10 bill is worth $10, so X of them would be worth 10 times X. A $5 bill is worth $5, so 3X of them would be worth 5 times 3X. If we take the total value of the 10s plus the total value of the 5s, we get the total amount, which is $300. So I've got 10X plus 15X equals 300. 25X equals 300. Divide by 25, X equals, what do we got there? 12. Let's see. 300 divided by, oops, not divided by 12, divided by 25. 12. So there's 12 of those. 3 times 12, 36 of those. Let's check our work. If a $10 bills was $10, 12 of them would be what, $120? 36 $5 bills would be what, $180? And that adds up to $300. So it checks. So $10 bills would be 12 and $5 bills would be 36. We good to go on? I'll take that as a yes. All right. So number 36 coming up. A store has 2 types of nuts that they will mix together to make a mixture worth $6.84 per pound. If the store uses 11 pounds of a nut that costs $2.90 per pound, how many pounds of nuts that cost $9 per pound should it be used to make the mixture? Okay. So let's copy the work area there. Let's see, we've got 4 lines. And this is the $2.90 per pound. This is the $9 per pound and $6.84 per pound. And then we've got number of pounds, cost per pound, and value in dollars. Okay, so a store has 2 types of nuts and they will mix together to make a mixture worth $6.84 per pound. If the store uses 11 pounds of a nut that costs $2.90 per pound, so this is going to be 11 pounds, and the cost is $2.90 per pound. How many pounds of nuts that cost $9? So that's our unknown. And that would be what? $9 per pound. How many pounds of nuts that cost $9 a pound should be added to make the mixture? Can't read today. All right, so the $2.90 per pound times 11 pounds, the value would be 2.90 times 11. Okay, and the $9 one would be $9 times X. Well, if we take 11 pounds, don't overthink this, 11 pounds of nuts plus X pounds of nuts and put them together, what do we have? How many nuts? We have 11 plus X, or X plus 11, okay? And this is what, 684 per pound. So this is going to be 684 times 11 plus X, or X plus 11, either way. Now, these two we're going to mix to get this one. So we're going to add those together to equal this one. So we've got 2.90 times 11 plus 9.00 times X equals 6.84 times 11 plus X. Any questions so far? All right, let's see here. 2.90 times 11 is 31.9 plus 9.00 times X is 9X, okay? Equals, distributing, we get 6.84 times 11, which is 75.24 plus 6.84X. Again, any questions there? Let's put all the X's on the left and all the constants on the right. So I'm going to subtract 6.84X from both sides. 9X minus 6.84X, let's see here. 9 minus 6.84. So we get 2.16X plus 31.9 equals 75.24. Then we're going to subtract 31.9 from both sides. 2.16X equals, let's see, 75.24 minus 31.9 equals 43.34. I'll take a second there for you to work on getting caught up, and then I'll continue. So the next step, we're going to divide both sides by 2.16. 43.34 divided by 2.16 equals, oh dear. Well, I got this big long number. Fortunately, the directions say round to the nearest whole pound. Okay. What I came up with was this 20.0648148 yada yada yada. So it's going to be 20 pounds. Okay. So X would be 20 pounds. The store should add how many pounds of nuts worth $9. So the answer would be 20. And there you have it, 20 pounds. Okay. Now, I know I've harped on this yesterday and the day before. People will do a problem like this and they'll put in like 20.06 or 20, whatever, and they won't read the directions. They had the right information, but they didn't follow the directions. So be careful, be sure to do that. All right, we've got a couple more here from this assignment. 37. A banker invested some money in two investments. The first investment returned 8% simple interest. the second investment returned 10% simple interest. If the second investment had $380 more money than the first, and the total interest for both investments was $173, find the amount invested in each investment. And we did a number 37, somebody's different one, but these are probably different numbers. So we'll take a look. And let's see here. We've got let's say first investment, which was the 8% one, and second investment, which was the 10% one. Okay. So the principal, let's see, second investment. Okay. So here's our comparison statement. The second investment had $380 more money than the first. So if the first is X, the second would be X plus 380. Okay. No. I don't want you to do that now. Sorry about that. Okay. And then what do we got? We've got the interest rate, which is 8%, which is 0.08. And this is 10%, which is 0.10. And we've got the interest. Okay. So for the first one, it would be 0.08 times X. The second one would be 0.10 times X plus 380. Okay. And then down here, we've got the total, which is the $173. I don't think I included that line on the last problem. I just read it off the page. Okay, so we've got 0.08x plus 0.10 times x plus 380 equals $173. Again, any questions? Okay, so 0.08x plus 0.10x plus 38. 0.10 times 380 is 38 equals 173. Combine like terms, 0.18x plus 38 equals 173. Subtract 38, 0.18x equals, let's see, what do we got there? 173 minus 38 is 135. Divide that by 0.18 and we get x equals 750. So this would be $750. 750 plus 380 would be $1,130. If needed, round to the nearest cent. We didn't need to. 750 and 1330. Don't be fooled. Sometimes they'll put instructions there and it's almost misleading. It's like they're saying, oh, it's going to come out to a cent and go on because they gave the instructions. But obviously this one, nope, the answers came out in even dollars. But do be sure to read all the instructions. Okay, we've got one more here, and then let's see, who was it? Nellie, your problem, and then we'll go from there. So 38. Julie was paid $10,000, or yeah, wow, $10,000 for a cell phone app that she wrote and wants to invest it to save for her son's education. She wants to put some money into a bond that pays 5% annual interest and the rest into stocks that he expects to pay out 7%. Julie went from being a she to a he. Oh, well, whatever. Or maybe this is for her son. Okay. If she wants to earn 6.6% annual interest on the total amount, how much money should she invest in each account. All right. Let's see here. Bond and stocks. Okay, so bond is the first one, and that's the 5%. And stocks, that's the second one, and that's the 7%. Okay. So she has a total of $10,000. All right. Let's say this represents $10,000. And I'm going to invest part of it at 5% and part of it at 7%. Okay. If the whole thing is $10,000, let's say that I invest X. All right. I don't know if you can see that there's an X there. So this whole thing is $10,000. I'm going to invest X in the 5% bond. What do I have after I take X away? Well, this is $10,000. Take away X. So this is $10,000. Take away X. We okay with that? So there's your principal. And the rate, let's see, this is 5%, which is 0.05. This is 7%, which is 0.07. And the interest, let's see here, this would be 0.05x. This would be 0.07 times 10,000 minus X. But the total ends up being, let's see, she wants to earn 6.6 annual interest on the total amount, which would be 6.6% of what's the total amount? $10,000. So that's what, 0.066. So we get this, 0.05 times X plus 0.07 times 10,000 minus X equals 0.066 times 10,000. So 5% of this plus 7% of that equals 6.6% of the total amount. So we get 0.05x plus, if we take 0.07 times 10,000, we get 700, or what? Oh, minus 0.07 times X equals 0.066 times 10,000, which is 660. Okay. So let's see here. Combining like terms, 0.05x minus 0.07x would be negative 0.02x plus 700 equals 660. I'm going to subtract 700 from both sides. I'm going to get negative 0.02x equals negative 40. 660 minus 700. I'm going to divide both sides. Actually, I'm going to rewrite that over here. Divide both sides by negative 0.02. So X is going to be, let's see, negative divided by negative is positive. 40 divided by 0.02 is 2,000. So this would be 2,000. This would be 10,000 minus 2,000, which is $8,000. So the 5% account should be $2,000 and the 7% account should be 8,000. Okay, and then we had a request for one that's like the number 7. So we'll go ahead and look at the number 7 from this student. Okay. Simplify. We've got 1/3 times 5p plus 12q plus 5/6 times 5q minus 12p. All right, so we're going to distribute here, 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 and here. 1/3 times 5p plus 1/3 times 12q plus 5/6 times 5q minus 5/6 times 12p. And I put those all over one just to remind us of what's going on there. That's a really sad looking p there. Let's see if we can fix that one. Okay. So this is going to be what? 5/3 p plus 12 over 3 is 4. So 4q plus 25/6 q minus 12 over 6 is 2 minus 10p. All right. Combining like terms, 5/3 p. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I can't tell my p's from my q's here. Okay, so let's see. Get rid of that. Let's try this again. This is what I get for trying to hurry. So those go together. Minus 10p plus 4q plus 25/6q. So here, my common denominator is a 3. So I'm going to have 5/3 p minus, I'm going to multiply 10 times 3 over 3, which is going to give me 30/3 p. So that's going to be minus 25/3 p. 5/3 minus 30/3 would be minus 25/3 p. And then here, this is going to be, common denominator is a 6. So I'm going to multiply by 6 over 6. This is 24q plus 25q would be 20, not 20, but rather 49/6q. Well, let's see. I got it right. Oh, I sure did. How about that? All righty. Well, I'm worn out. How about you? Any other questions? We still got about 5 minutes if somebody's got a question. Your brain is full. You've had enough. All right. Well, I will be back this afternoon at 1:15 with an office hour, should you have need of me. Otherwise, Monday or before, if you want, take your test. Make sure you're finished by Monday night at 11:59 p.m. Again, the password is Mayo with a capital M. And have a good weekend. Be smart. And I'll see you, if I don't see you in my office hour, I'll see you on Tuesday after you take your test Monday. And with that, I'm going to stop the recording.